It's your first sweep, first time you've been swept, but you're also hurt. And I'm wondering if that's starting maybe to come home and roost a little bit. Your veterans are out and you've got a lot of young kids playing.
Yeah, it's the team looks certainly different than it did early on. We always have to find ways to win. It doesn't matter if we're playing one of the best teams in baseball, which we're playing, we're just playing. I think we could look all around at the games that we just played and can say, we need to pitch better and we need to swing the bats a little bit better. We had a few opportunities today to score some runs. We've seen some periods of time this is always going to happen where you're looking for a big swing and looking for someone to get something going. One guy is not going to carry us, at this moment. We need to find ways to, not try to do too much. We talk about that a lot, but I think that's very true. And look up and down the lineup, and we're going to need production from up and down the lineup. It was a tough day today out there in a lot of different ways. We just couldn't get over the hump to actually get tight enough in these games to give ourselves a chance.
Josh said you might have been nibbling a little bit. How challenging is that lineup, just how veteran they are from top to bottom to execute your pitches? Yeah,
you're not going to nibble successfully against these guys. That's not going to work. With a lot of the guys in their lineup too, if you get behind, you're going to be in trouble too, because they do know the strike zone very well and they know how to take advantage of certain things. And I think you have to attack them. And Josh has really good stuff, and he can attack these guys. He can go right at them with, whether you're talking about his fastball or you're talking about any of his off-speed stuff, he can get them out in the zone. I believe that we've seen him do it against some good hitters already. So I think when you play these types of teams, you should take something away from it. It becomes a learning experience. You see the types of at-bats they have. You see the types of at-bats they have when people start getting on base, and those sorts of things I think you can learn something from.
Starters in particular have been so good at throwing strikes early in the year. How much of this was like Houston's lineup and their approach forcing the issue versus just pure execution on their part?
It's both. It's certainly both. When you run into hitters like this, we saw this a little bit when we played the Dodgers. I think you got a taste of it, of those real deep lineups that see the ball pretty well. But we have to look at ourselves too in the mirror and say we have to throw the ball better and be crisper, but also attack the zone. You got to attack the zone with these guys, and you got to pitch in as well to some of these guys to throw them off their game.
How good did Luis look stepping back in after 4 days off or whatever it was?
Pretty good. He looked pretty good. It's not that easy to just you say right out of bed. It's kind of right out of bed, figuratively and literally. And he went out there and had some good at bats. But we also know, too, coming back from this, sometimes energy levels are a little all over the place, and we'll keep a close eye on him, but I would expect him to be able to play and go do his thing. He looked pretty normal out there today, which was a great sign.
Is there a sense that Bundy could potentially be an option for one of the Cleveland games?
We're just going to see where Bundy's at, just to see physically how he's coming back from everything. We're still assessing that. Working your way back from these things, we've never had to really deal with this too much, and now we're dealing with it. So I think every guy's going to come back from it a little bit differently. We're going to keep an eye on him. I'm not exactly sure when Bundy's going to make his next start yet.
Has he done the extended bullpen yet? He was going to play long toss on Tuesday and then do a bullpen. Has he done the bullpen yet?
I'm not sure if he did the extended bullpen yet. But he's definitely feeling some effects from being out. He's not, I wouldn't say he's at full strength yet.
Have you ever had anybody pitch a shutout inning, get 2 hits, and make a diving catch in center field before?
I think so, yes, I have.
Oh, really?
I have, yeah.
Who was that?
Yep, Nick Gordon.
Oh.
Yep.
And what do you think of him?
It was nicely done on the mound. I've seen Nick pitch before. In high school, he's not completely. That's not a kind of a weird world for him. He knows what he's doing. So he was almost volunteering himself earlier in the year, and now he's gotten the chance. I think if that situation ever comes up again, we wouldn't hesitate to put him out there. You never want your position players pitching. No one really is looking forward to that. But in a game like that, he might be our man.
Did his dad teach him the curveball?
You're going to have to ask him that. I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised, though. It's a good curveball. I bet he still has it.
You know, in the series, your young players still did a lot of good things, but it must be hard to rely on all of them doing good things at once because they're so. Does that make sense? You know.
Yeah, we did. I saw some things watching, from the hotel when I wasn't here, and today we saw some things, but they were spread out.
Yeah.
They're just too spread out, and they're there. We just have to pile them on top of each other.